After October 1st, 2020, you will no longer be able to fly with your driver's license if it doesn't have this on it. After October 1st, 2020, if your driver's license doesn't have this specific thing, you will not be able to fly using it anymore. Hi, my name is Linsdau. I'm a polar explorer and professional traveler. This will get your attention. If you think you're going to go to the airport after October 1st, 2020, walk right up, show your license to the TSA, and they're going to say, "Sir, ma'am, sorry, that license is no longer valid for flight." What? There are going to be a lot of screaming people. I am warning you now. This is like a big deal. There is a thing called the Real ID Act. It was enacted in 2005 as a response to the attacks on September 11th, 2001. This is 2020 now, folks. This thing has languished for 15 years. And finally, Congress has finally cracked down and said, okay, look, all of the states need to comply with this law. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to fly. So the Real ID Act is a big deal. Now, you get a little gold star on the upper right-hand part of your driver's license. California has a bear with a blank out star. Other states have other things. But a couple of years ago, multiple states said, hey, we're not going to comply with the Real ID Act. I'll put links below. This is important reading. And a lot of states said, we're not going to do this. Well, when people start showing up to the airport and they can't fly for a funeral, graduation, a wedding, a business trip, they're going to go screaming mad. And I'm warning you now, this is really important. So what do you need to get a Real ID compliant driver's license? Well, you need multiple things. Let me look it up here. You have to have one proof of identity, either a U.S. birth certificate or a U.S. currently issued passport. You need one proof of your social security number. You need 2 residency proofs, and these residency proofs include an original a rental or lease agreement, a mortgage bill, a utility bill, a W-2 from your employer, medical, or a school document. If you've changed your name for marriage or divorce or whatever, you also need to bring that documentation in as well. You have to go into your state's Departments of Motor Vehicles or Wyoming Department of Motor Vehicles, whatever your state is, and you have to bring this material. And by the way, they're going to scan it in and keep records of it. Yes, I know this is Big Brother and oh, they can't do that. Well, let me tell you, Big Brother already knows everything about you because one, you post everything on Twitter and Facebook. They know when you go to the bathroom. They know what you eat. So get past that. And this is very important because the federal government and now states are getting on board with, hey, we really want to know who's flying, because I've heard reports, and they are very true because I have relatives who do this type of work, that foreign J-1 students have come to work in various states in the U.S. through the summer, and then they disappear to, I've heard Washington State, I haven't heard any of the others. They go to Washington State, and then they come back to these employers and say, hey, here's my social security card, here's not my residence card, but my driver's license, here's everything that's proving I'm now a citizen of the U.S. after just a few months. Last time I checked, it takes longer than a few months to become a citizen. So whatever is going on in Washington State is really fishy. Just a heads up, this is a big deal. So the Real ID Act is designed to help tamp down on that, because you need a birth certificate, which can be maybe faked, a passport, that's harder to fake. There's just this long list. So the Real ID Act requires you to go into the DMV or your wherever you get your driver's license in your state. Now, I highly recommend that you get your passport and you get your passport card. These two things allow you to travel wherever in the world, passport, card, over land, but it's a second ID because if your driver's license isn't Real ID compliant, your passport card will get you on the plane. It does fit in your wallet. It is the size of a regular card here. Now, obviously, I blurred out my driver's license, my passport card, because I don't want to be showing the world my driver's license and passport information. However, there are links below, there are pictures behind me showing you all these different things. So this is a very important thing for you to travel, is to become Real ID compliant. Is this a pain? You better believe it. You have to go in with this, not a big old stack, but you've got to go in with a stack of valid paperwork and stop by the DMV. People who renew through the mail or use AAA or whatever. This one you can't get around. You actually have to show up and provide this information to your Department of Motor Vehicles in your state, whether you're in Washington, Florida, Maine, California, Kansas, Minnesota, Texas, Alaska, Hawaii, wherever. This law is enacted. It is coming on October 1st, 2020. You must have that little star in the corner of your driver's license. And if you don't, and you show up to the airport, they're going to tell you you can't fly. And there are going to be a lot of mad people. Do not be in that line. In fact, for the first week, unless you're really needing to fly, say I'm a professional speaker, so I'm flying all the time, I might want to avoid the airport because it's going to be news-o-rama. I hope you found this information helpful on the Real ID Act to make sure that you can still fly at the airport throughout the United States. My name is Aaron Linsdau. I'm a polar explorer and professional traveler. Please like and comment on the video, and if you found this information helpful, please subscribe to support the channel. Thank you very much for watching, and travel safely.